Counsel Culture, where we feel together, reveal together, so we can heal together. It's a movement. It's a safe space. It's a brave place for us to discuss our feelings, a place to be vulnerable, and a place to get some guidance in the healing process. Specifically for me, I am joined today by someone who's truly special to me, an expert in the space of love and sex and all things relationships. Not only is she a PhD from NYU, she's a New York Times bestselling author and the host of the Language of Love podcast, and my own personal, as you guys are about to see, confidant and therapist when it comes to my love life, the one and only Dr. Laura Berman.
Hey.
What up?
What's up?
What's good, Doc? All right. It's the worst week of my life every year.
It really is. I think I've been through 2 of them at least with you now.
Yeah, let's jump into this. Valentine's Day, February 14th this week. Mm-hmm. Smack dab in the middle of the week. There's statistics that this year is going to be close to $30 billion in spent on Valentine's Day.
So much pressure.
And that's just me and my baby mama.
That's right.
So I'm here laying on your couch. I need help. I need some healing. My pockets is gonna need healing.
Yeah.
But I think I mess up every year.
Every year.
Last year I thought I had it together, and I was like, I'm gonna write everyone handwritten cards, and I wrote handwritten cards and got mixed up and gave them to the wrong baby mamas.
And
it sounds like something straight out of a sitcom.
It was even worse than that. I'm going to call you out because we had a conversation, you and one of your baby mamas, and she was saying, leading up to Valentine's Day, she was saying, you know, all I want is a personalized card. Like everyone gets the same card and the same flowers.
Same flowers, same balloons.
And so you took that note.
I did.
And then
I thought I listened.
Yeah. And so then that mama got the wrong card. You mixed up the cards.
And then you know what even got, and then probably get more trouble about it. Then I made jokes about it.
On the air.
On the air.
That then was so
it's
bad.
Like, oh, now I'm content. But I mean, it's
your life is content. Anyone who's involved with you has to be prepared for that.
It is. I'm an open book. And I sit here just saying, one, I hate this day. I hate this week. I hate everything about it because I feel like it's a level of pageantry.
Yeah.
It's a level of even people who are in monogamous relationships, it's like, show me how much you love me. And it's really one-sided. It's really and I'm probably gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I mean, I feel like it's true because don't nobody give me nothing for Valentine's Day. It's women saying, hey, and I really believe, because, you know, it's women saying, show me how much you love me, but I believe all holidays are really either for children or for women. Like men don't.
That's interesting. What about Father's Day? That's for guys.
No. First of all, we get freaking socks and ties we never wear. And
what would you
these
want?
Little stupid coupon books. These stupid coupon books that say, hey, you get 4 free hugs. Oh, ain't you? The first kid that was cute. The first, you know how many coupon books I got that I never used?
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna wash the car for. No, you're not.
Have you ever cashed in the coupons?
They don't work. They don't do anything. These
I've cashed in
invalid
mine.
coupons.
I've cashed in mine with my kids. Yeah.
See, maybe I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
A
lot of them are super little.
Yeah. But again, I appreciate and love all of the gifts. If you look at my office, it's nothing but macaroni necklaces and hand art and all that stuff.
And times 13.
Yeah, I keep it all. But if we're really being sincere about what the holiday's for, especially if we're talking about the commerce element of it, it's really to spend money on either your children or your woman.
And Valentine's Day, I don't disagree with you. It's even more than the woman saying, prove to me how much you love me. It goes even further than that. It's prove to everyone around me. Help me prove to everyone around me how much you love me.
Yeah.
So like, now not as many people work in offices, right?
Yeah.
But when they were,
Send
that
flowers.
was, yes, the bigger the bouquet, send a gorilla with balloons, like make a big production so that all my work colleagues or all my girlfriends
can see how great my man is.
And in your case, multiply in the factor of the mamas are all analyzing, and I know you get really pissed, but suck it up because this is what they do. They all are seeing, because they all post about what you've done for Valentine's Day.
Beautiful thing we have called social media and Instagram that has ruined my life.
Yes, it has. It made it really hard because.
But I'll take accountability.
Yeah. Okay.
I built this world.
You sure did.
So I gotta operate within it. But I think even before, my current situation, I never, because being the hopeless romantic that I believe I am, I feel like it's better to do things spontaneously.
Yeah.
To have to be told on this day you must do this.
Right. And ideally every day is Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
But now it's become this pressured thing where you feel kind of as a partner, and I agree with you, as a woman, I don't think most guys are really bummed out if their partner forgets Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I never got a big bouquet to the office with a gorilla and all that stuff.
Would you how would you react if you did? Would that really be?
I've gotten some nice Valentine's Day gifts, though. I'm not going to say I've never gotten any Valentine's.
But it's hard to get gifts for you because you have everything.
That is the worst excuse in life. I hate when people say that. What do you get a guy who has everything?
Well,
more of everything?
But do you appreciate more of everything?
Yes, but I'm simple. I like candy. I like shoes. I like socks. Well, see, I just complained about getting socks for my kids.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But I mean, like, and then I like thoughtful gifts. So I really do like something like, oh, wow, you took time, you personalized this. Or
okay, that's good.
You can't say that. When I hear people say, what do you get someone who has everything? That means like, oh, I don't matter enough to you to
That's how you interpret it?
To think a little bit harder, because I'm not that complex to be like, let me find something.
You are complex. You just sat here and said, there's all these stupid flowers and macaroni necklaces and coupons.
A handwritten card.
Okay.
I'll be like,
I hope the mamas are watching. Handwritten card.
Something, or even that, okay, that's first level. But like, if you're really, like, I'm a collector. There's things I like to collect. I like a thoughtful gift. Someone who's like, who knows me, who knows I love to read. Yeah. Someone who knows.
So they're taking your unique
they know I love,
into account.
Yeah, I love cars. You don't have to buy me a car, but something that has to do with like a classic Chevy or something. Like I'm freaking in my 40s. I love toys. Like in my other studio, it's filled with just like retro toys. Like I'm easy.
Do you really appreciate? Like I don't see you. Now, maybe if it's something super personal that they put a lot of effort into, but the guy who has everything thing is because you kind of are like, and it just goes in the pile of whatever.
Oh no, I'm weird with gifts.
Yeah.
But I'm not. But if I because sometimes I don't feel like they're sincere. So then, how am I supposed to act sincere off of something that you didn't do sincerely? So then I'm like, I got to pretend like I like this when you just really just went to CVS to pick this
But what
out.
you do is get them flowers with the same card or mix up the cards.
That's not true. That's what I've been told. Or that's a false narrative.
Okay, so
that's
what's the
fake
real
news.
narrative?
The real thing is I actually put effort into trying to make everyone feel special.
You do. I'm not saying that you don't. I see you doing that. But on Valentine's Day...
Well, that's I'm gonna blame my staff.
Well, that's because you outsource it.
Yeah,
you're not supposed to outsource.
I only have
Valentine's
so much
Day.
bandwidth.
Okay, but you're not.
So if I have a florist that I know is the most amazing florist, and I'm saying, hey, I need you to switch this up for me, because I'm doing for my daughters, for my mother, my grandmother. I'm like,
that's a lot.
I'm dropping a bag.
You're keeping that florist in business.
Yeah, and then I'm like, look, but send different, and then they send the same thing. I'm not the florist.
Yeah.
I'm not the one putting the bouquets together.
You're delegating.
Yeah, so it's in someone else's hands, and then you got to know who likes what flowers, and then some people want jewelry, some people want chocolate.
Do you have a spreadsheet?
I do. There is a spreadsheet.
There is. I want to see this spreadsheet.
But it's not. It's just more like, because even like, do I get my son something for Valentine's Day? Because they see their sister has something.
Yeah, I always got my boys something for Valentine's Day.
Well, because your mom should get the boys something.
Well, that's kind of.
Should dad get his son something for Valentine's Day?
It's it's a day to celebrate love. You don't have to be. You're not. I'm not romantic with my son.
It's a but it is technically a romantic holiday.
Yeah.
Now I do it as the gesture of love, and I get everybody something, but it's like most of the time, and it keeps me out of trouble. I take my daughter out for Valentine's Day, and my son doesn't get to go.
Aw, that kind of is sad. I mean, I get what you're saying, but my dad sent me flowers every year on Valentine's Day, and I can tell you it meant so much to me, especially the years that I didn't have anyone or I just had my heart broken or something, and getting those flowers meant so much.
That's awesome.
It was such a beautiful gesture.
So I will continue to do
I really, like, somebody loves me is what it felt like.
Do you have any brothers?
No.
No. So there, I was about to say, did he send your brothers flowers too?
Yeah, that's a good question. But I think he probably would have.
No.
Yeah, I think he probably would. Like, why does it have to be a heterosexual thing?
Because I mean, again, if we're talking tradition, because holidays are traditional.
Yeah, but people, LGBTQ people.
But they're romantically involved.
Yeah, but you're not romantically involved with your daughter.
No, but it's still like to feel loved. I just feel it's weird. I'm not sending my sons anything.
Well, I think
I might get them.
Get him a big stuffed animal.
I get them stuffed animals, but I'm not sending my son roses.
No, I didn't do that with my boys. I would give them chocolate and a giant teddy bear that said, "I love you" or "Happy Valentine's Day" on it.
Yeah, I'm perplexed.
Yeah, it's interesting you're having this reaction. I'm perplexed too. But I'm sure you're not alone.
Because I'm all for it. Like, I'm just at the end of the day, because the reason why I'm doing it for my daughter is to make, and we're just talking pure chivalry here, is to know, like, this is what you should expect.
This is to expect. But you're also
and someone should always treat you like this. I'm not doing that for my son. I'm teaching my son how to be chivalrous.
True, but you just told me that nobody does crap for you on Valentine's Day, so you're also teaching your son to expect.
And going back to what I originally said, because this is just the lay of the land, holidays are specifically for women and children.
No wonder you resent them.
Yeah, because I'm not excited like, ooh, Valentine's Day. I can't wait. Wonder what I'm going to get. Or any holiday. I don't feel that way about Christmas. I don't feel that way. Well, even Father's Day, I'm like, oh, it's going to be another stressful day.
Well, for you it is.
Because, again, I have to make sure, because everyone wants to do for me, so I have to be really receptive on those days.
And run all over.
And be present as a father.
I don't know how you do it. I really don't. Because Christmas, every holiday, I see you running around like a...
I dress up like the Easter bunny.
Yeah, Easter. I
dress up like Santa Claus. Luckily, I might just put on a diaper. I think if I get a diaper and a bow and arrow and just go to everybody's house and just
there you
be
go.
Cupid.
That would be perfect.
That would bring me joy.
Yeah, do it. I would love to see
that. A big diaper and a bow and arrow, and I could just shoot arrows at everybody's house.
Yeah, shoot like chocolate candy at everyone. The kids would love it.
We joke though, but I mean, this is.
I know it's a big deal. I will say, my husband.
Because I want to make everyone happy.
Yeah, and it's a lot of pressure. And yes, it's the world you created. But even if you have just one partner, it's a lot of pressure. And I think you can define. Like my husband and I decided a long time ago we weren't going to bother going out on Valentine's Day because
it's crazy,
ridiculous,
right?
And I mean, everything's overpriced. You're squished together next to a million different, like it's stupid. Yeah. So we go out later and celebrate, another day. And then we give each other a card and that's it. Like we decided a long time ago to take the pressure off.
No gifts, no jewelry.
No gifts, no jewelry, nothing, no expectations on Valentine's Day.
Go ahead and tell everybody that's...
Well, I mean, I think you can do that if your partner is agreeable.
They need to hear from you, like, hey.
Well,
you know what me and my husband do?
I'm telling you right now.
You should take some of the pressure off of Nick and just agree to do this.
Listen,
that's what real love is about.
I agree, and your chant to all of them is constantly stop comparison, but that is spitting in the wind, my friend.
Yeah,
because they are comparing, and they won't stop comparing.
I mean, but I understand it too. Like, I understand how challenging the world that I created is.
Yeah.
dating me, being my partner, being involved with me, having my children cannot be an easy task whatsoever.
I mean, there's lots of rewards.
There is too, but I mean, like, you're constantly being
Yes.
scrutinized
Yes.
and judged in the public. My time is spread thin. I'm a good time though. Like
when you're there, you're
I
a
am
great
the
time.
guy. I make it. You have to do the pros and cons. I feel like there's a lot more pros than cons, but the cons are quite prominent.
And also, all of the women that you're romantically involved with, not all the mamas, because I know some of them you aren't, but the mamas you are romantically involved with, you know, they have those expectations of you.
I have set the bar pretty high.
And they can't, you know, you have, let's say, 4 women, but I don't know how many it is right now. Is it more than 4?
I'll go with 4.
All right, let's say 4 to 6 women that are in love with you, and you have 4 to 6 romantic partners, and you're getting 4 to 6 times love, right? And these women just have 1/4 or 1/6 of you.
Yeah.
And that's all they have. They're not with anyone else. So they don't even have 1 of you. They have 1/4, 1/6, whatever it is of you. Yeah. And you have 6.
Who has it worse?
Well, on Valentine's Day, I would say it's equal.
Yeah, because I mean, like, even for my own mental health and stress levels, like.
But you keep adding them in.
I'm a lover. I can't help it. That's why I'm on this couch.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure it out, and we'll dig into that a little bit.
Yeah,
later.
another time.
Again, we got about 30 minutes in this session to talk, but I think I want to get into like my psychosis. Like why am I the way that I am?
But I do think that there is a way to redefine Valentine's. Like, here's how I look at Valentine's Day and how I advise people do. That you look at it as a new year for your relationship. So what I love to do on Valentine's Day and encourage people to do is make relationship resolutions, right? Like you would on New Year's, like, what do we want to do more of? We want to be more romantic. We want to be more adventurous. We want to be more playful. What do we want to create more of?
Stop spending all my money.
There you go. Whatever. You know, but there's ways that you can kind of use this as a jumping off point for your relationship.
I like that. Now you just put more pressure on Valentine's Day, because now I gotta be like, we gotta live up to all of these things that we do.
No, you're just aspirational. You're like, you're
I'm just trying to get through the day. I was like, I know, because this is my thing. There's only 28 days in February anyway. Yeah. Sometimes 29. Just lose the 14th. Just go straight from February 13th to the 15th. No one's going to notice.
Yeah. How about you do this? You say, let's say there's 6 of them that you're actively involved in. You say Valentine's Day will occur between the 10th and the 16th.
Then
and
like,
every day.
Who gets the 14th?
Okay, so nobody's getting the 14th, the 10th and the 17th. And the 14th, I'm going to sit in quiet contemplation by myself. I'm not going to be with any mamas or any lovers.
I wish I was always working on the actual day. There's been a few years where I've been able to be gone. Yeah. And those are good years.
Well, why don't I mean, whether we like it or not, you kind of call the shots. So you could proclaim it.
I want it to be, because then that's not fair. I want to give everybody, as much as I don't like it for me, I want to give the pageantry. I am a giver. I love.
You see the double bind you put yourself in?
Yeah, like I want people to have a great Valentine's Day. That's why there's the pressure. If I didn't care about it, I don't give a shit.
But you just said you wished you could just take it out of the calendar, but
because
you really
then
don't.
There's no pressure.
Yeah.
I'm under the pressure because I want to make people happy.
Yeah.
And that is a day where we're measured.
Yeah, and what's so interesting,
by what we can do to make people happy.
And you set yourself up as someone, and I know this about you, you are a lover, and you do want to make everybody happy, and you really take that to heart, and you've created a life for yourself where on Valentine's Day, you're going to piss someone off, if not multiple people.
Yeah.
I mean, it happens every year.
One of my therapists told me, it was crazy, it was like, fact that I'm such a people pleaser who can never please people.
Yeah. And you set it up that way.
Like someone is always going to be disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
And something's always going to go wrong.
Yep.
But I really like pleasing people or attempting to please people.
You do. It's really interesting how you set things up for yourself to fail at what's most important to you. Or not fail, but to struggle. I don't think you fail, but you definitely struggle, and there's always somebody who's not pleased.
That sucks.
Yeah. But maybe it's about being okay with that. Doing your very best and being able to hold, because of your situation and the reality of it, being able to hold that not, they're going to compare, there's going to be some disappointment, and you can be okay with that if you're doing your best.
See, like obviously my scenario is unique.
Yes.
Like I don't think the average man has to deal with it, but I'm pretty sure they feel the same.
They feel the pressure.
Same pressure. Mine is just heightened.
And the resentment. They feel the same resentment.
Yeah, but also what I've noticed, Valentine's Day is usually a day where all of my toxicity leaks out.
What do you mean?
Like if there's a secret, there was some pregnancies revealed on Valentine's Day.
But you mean by the media or by the
even just in general, because of this is the prove your love to me day. Then there's things like, if you got any side chicks, like what do you get a side chick for Valentine's Day?
Something sexier than you got your main chick usually.
See, but if you do that, you causing problems.
Yeah, well, if they find out about it, you are.
But let's just keep it a stack. Because a man is probably more excited about what he gets his side chick.
I know, isn't that sad? For
Valentine's Day than what he gets his wife or the woman that he's been with for years. Because most of the time, the side chick is new.
And exciting.
And
taboo.
And she's excited to be with you, where your main chick is probably...
you can't do any wrong.
Yeah, like your main chick is like par for the course. This is probably her 10th Valentine's Day.
And the kids got to get a bath, and we've got to pay the mortgage.
Like she just wants peace and quiet.
Yeah.
Your side chick wants lingerie and wants you to creep over to the hotel at midnight and how you gonna get away and all that stuff. I'm hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
I'm not saying this is my world. I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying. The toxic traits come out a lot on Valentine's, because then, there are guys that are probably doing more for their side chick on Valentine's Day than they are doing for the woman who really, truly loves it.
Yes, and I think that's a real sad state of affairs.
But it's life, Doc.
Doesn't have to be. This is the thing. If you're going to be in a monogamous relationship or any relationship, you have to invest in that relationship. And you
every year, though? Because I hear what you're saying. It's the honeymoon phase can last 10 years.
Yeah.
But at some point, it's going to get a little, this is what it's
well, it can
routine.
It can, but it doesn't, the
like,
novelty.
Look what you just told me you and your husband
Yeah,
did.
but that's just Valentine's Day.
You guys don't go out, and then you guys write each other a card.
But that's just Valentine's Day, because we wanted to take the pressure off, and we felt like it was such overkill. But we
don't want to be a slave to consumerism.
Yeah, but it was like too much pressure, and it was too hard to make plans. But we do spontaneous things. He does spontaneous things for me all the time. But but he's not like. It's not, when you've been with someone for 20 years, it's not like you have, this is brand new. But you can create intensity and love and not necessarily excitement. But I think people confuse that kind of novelty and excitement with going deeper in love. Like, he still makes my uterus contract after 20 years.
He's still putting it down. All right.
Yeah. I mean, just like when he does something sweet or romantic or surprises me or...
But what about guys who just suck at all of that? They suck at gift giving. They suck at...
They got to get better.
Romantic. Like...
They gotta.
But
It's
again,
easy to
so
learn.
now Valentine's Day becomes like, oh, a day that you highlighted the fact that I suck at this.
Right. Or you could look at it as a day to step up and learn your partner's language of love. Like, does
But
she?
what is the day that happens for us for that?
Every other day.
Oh, that is bullshit.
Well, oh, come on. Every single one of those mamas lives for you and is ready to do for you and be with you and give you their undivided attention when you show up.
All right. Okay. I'm just talking about specifically how the holidays are set up.
Okay, so the holidays are for family, and they have, because women are the ones that tend to focus on the nest and the family, and they do. I've noticed, especially since social media, people get really hung up on the appearances of things.
Yes.
And things looking really idyllic or, you know, insta perfect or whatever. And so that has changed the whole game. And it is mostly women who are invested in that and following other people and comparing themselves.
So can we say social media has ruined Valentine's Day?
Yeah, and a lot of other things. For sure. It has changed it's changed how you operate in your family.
It took the heart out of it.
It's changed what you have this pressure of what your kitchen is supposed to look like and what your family is supposed to look like.
Everyone is watching and everyone is judging.
And everyone's putting up fake images of perfection for each other, and everyone else thinks that's real and comparing themselves to it.
And they're really miserable, but they got to put on the fact that, like, hey,
And
we had a great Valentine's Day.
Right, but that's where the pressure comes from. And then they transmit that pressure to their partner. They're like, we all have to dress in matching outfits. I mean, I
feel judged. I feel like you're talking about me.
I see you guys I was about to say, I love it, but I have never done that in my life. But every single one of your families, you've got the special matching outfits and the bubbles and the snow and the extravaganza.
It's fun.
It is.
It's the pageantry. It's gonna be great memories.
But you're going back and forth. You resent it, but you love it.
I love the family love, sincere part of all that.
Yeah.
What I don't love is the commercialization.
Well, so why don't you make Valentine's Day about that, the family love?
Okay. I mean,
none of them are going to complain.
As long as you, let's not act like I make the decisions here. Like I have to suffer.
Oh, that is a crock. Don't give me that.
I don't.
You totally make the decisions.
Okay, look. I can make a decision, and then I have to then deal with said decision.
Yes, that's true.
And how if it's not received well, not only did I force the decision, then now I have to figure out how to keep the peace because I'm the one that said it had to be this way.
But you can't accommodate.
And now, so how dare I even feel in an adverse way to the aftermath of the decision that I made?
But it's either that or they make the decision and that you can't possibly accommodate all their decisions.
But that's much easier to deal with, to say like, well, I'll do whatever you want to do.
But then you can't.
Men love saying that.
But
whatever
you can't
you want to
possibly do it.
You like it, I love it.
You can't possibly do what every single one of them wants to do on Valentine's Day.
I mean, I try.
But have you ever accomplished it to their satisfaction? Have you ever pulled it off?
I mean, I've come
honestly.
close. Like I said, someone is always going to be disappointed.
Right.
But I get a passing grade.
Like what? C?
Nah, I'm like.
I mean, some of them you may have A's.
I'm like a strong B- average.
All right.
I'm graduating with honors.
Okay.
I mean, B. You still on the honor roll when you get a B, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So
let's really go here then. Speaking of grades, how important is sex on Valentine's Day?
You know, I just wrote an article.
I get an A in that department.
Yeah, you do. I know you do.
Nobody's
complaining. I've heard.
That's really if I could just
Go around, take
I
care
can give
of
out
everyone.
the coupons.
Yeah, there you
Dick
go.
coupons. That's what I'm getting. Everybody's getting dick
Happy
coupons.
Valentine's Day. You shall be digmatized.
You guys gonna get dick coupons for little handwritten books. Cash this in. Pull up.
That you could do.
Good. That
All
might
right,
work
try
this
it.
year.
Go ahead.
That's not gonna work. Sounded
I'd
good.
like to see that. I'd like
But
to
no,
see that.
how important is sex?
You know, I just wrote an article for USA Today saying one of the things I wrote, among many other pieces of advice to take the pressure off on Valentine's Day, and I'm not saying this would work for you because you're a different animal, but for a lot of couples, especially if there's been some conflict around sex or things are a little lackluster there or you haven't had sex in a long time, don't make Valentine's Day about sex. Because what I see happen time and time again is that now Valentine's Day is here and they're both like, or one of them usually is like, oh crap, we gotta have, I don't really, it's like all this weird pressure and it's really uncomfortable. So if you're a couple like that, make the day about romance and connection. Don't even make it about sex. But if you do have a sexually active relationship, then yeah, do it. Do it on every holiday.
Because that's the thing. That they sell sex on Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
It's the lingerie.
Yeah.
It's the sex toys. It's the all of these things. So
the edible underwear.
Yeah, there's an extra pressure to make sure, like, I mean, because I don't know, you know, there's like, what's the average? How often are people in relationships having sex?
Well, it depends. Depending on what statistics you look at, 10% of married couples have sexless marriages, meaning
Really?
they don't have sex.
10%.
Yeah.
That
and then a
sucks.
lot, I mean, the average, it depends on the phase of the relationship, is like once every couple of weeks if you're in a sexually active long-term relationship.
I also feel like people aren't honest about this.
Yeah,
either.
I don't think they are
I think
either.
people want the world to think, or they want everyone to think that their sex life is amazing at home, regardless of who their partner is.
Yeah.
Even though, like, if we're gonna be here and be vulnerable and honest, like, I'm pretty sure everyone has their challenges when it comes to
everyone.
Everyone interaction. Everybody can't get it up.
They can't get it up. They can't reach the big O.
They have
low desire.
Because that's a big thing too. Like and we could talk about this later, but even like it's the build up. But most of the time, women aren't having orgasms in typical relationships. So you do all of this stuff, and it's like, what was that? What did we did all that? We did all this training, running around the track, and we never finished the race.
Well, you know, orgasms are wonderful when they happen, but I did a national study on what the most sexually satisfied women have in common, and it's not orgasms are great when it happens. The biggest predictor of sexual satisfaction was the connection and the emotional intimacy they felt to the person they were having sex. No, because so many women
they were just trying to give a right answer in that test.
No, it's because they're used to not having orgasms.
So they have to give the right politically correct answer. If they were being honest, if they was off a couple of drinks, they're gonna be like, my man does not make me come.
Maybe, but I think guys see orgasms as the punctuation mark. Like sex can't, like how can sex be finished? You know, it's fit, like an orgasm happens.
Because that's how it is for us.
Right, so you just assume that's how it is for women.
There was no point in even coming over. Like
right. But that's not true for a lot of women. And I talk to women about their most intimate lives all day long. And I'm telling you that for a lot of women, yeah, okay, orgasms are great. And if we could just do it quickly and I could reach orgasm,
that's
then that
like giving somebody a participation certificate. It's like you're not really happy with it, but you wanted to win. You wanted the gold. Like I think every woman, especially on times like Valentine's Day, probably are like...
Well, I think on Valentine's Day, there's that extra pressure. Everybody wants an orgasm on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, like that's the gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
And I feel like because of people like yourself and so many other books and gadgets and things, like there's things out there that can help women have orgasms.
Absolutely. Every woman can get there.
I've been in relationships and situations to where some orgasms are a little bit more challenging than others.
Yes.
And because I believe I'm a pleaser.
Yes, I know that about you.
So I want to make sure, like, oh, it's a challenge. I'm like, oh, okay, we're gonna
work this
tonight
out.
is the night. We gonna whatever. We got to dim the lights. We got to
Pull
put
out all
on some
the
edible
tools.
draws. I got to tease you around the room. Whatever's gonna happen, because I've learned that it is all about the build up,
Yep.
and then figuring it all out.
And are you comfortable with toys?
No,
I knew you were going to say that.
I'm not, because I don't need that.
Yeah, of course you don't.
That's like training wheels. I like to ride my bike by myself.
Wow.
I don't need no help. Like I don't need, again, and this may or may not be true, but I believe once you implement a sex toy, now it's gonna make the man's job more difficult.
Ooh, sorry.
Because I'm talking about if you have a sex toy without a man, they got all these roses and Ashanti's dog and all this stuff, all of these different special things that you see, and they advertise them all over the place.
Yep.
And then when a man comes to actually do what he's supposed to do on Valentine's Day, she don't even need you no more.
Is that how you see it? Yeah.
I mean,
look.
These things are spitting water and vibrating and got
some
Bluetooth and playing music.
Some of these things no human could ever replicate. That is true. But it's very different because this is what I'm trying to tell you. For most women, it's our brain is our main sexual organ. Like, it's about the connection. It's about the feeling of like being desired. It's about the intensity.
Sapiosexuals of the world.
It's about like the whole experience and the connection and the intimacy and feeling wanted.
So you can have all of this whole want and desire, amazingness, and then if she never has an orgasm, she's fine with that.
A lot of women, yes, they would like to have an orgasm, but they don't need to have an orgasm every time. I don't think a woman who can't have an orgasm, she might be okay with that. I would want her to get some assistance and help and learn how to do it, because I think every woman should have that pleasure. But lots of women are fine with that. But really more of the norm is women who are orgasmic but don't reach orgasm. It could be they don't reach it every time. It could be where they are in their cycle, their hormones, getting older, being distracted, whatever.
Is there a time, is there like a woman should have an orgasm in this amount of time?
No.
Or you just go to sleep?
No, there's no should, but the average.
Because sometimes we 2 hours in, all right, goddammit.
Yeah, that's a lot.
We go to sleep and start up again tomorrow.
I agree. If you've gone 2 hours, it's time to just close the book for that.
If it's 2 hours and she ain't.
All right, I'll tell you the average.
Okay.
The average woman takes 20 minutes.
Really?
And the average man, 7.5 minutes from the start of intercourse. That's not counting foreplay.
Really? Not counting foreplay?
Well, you do foreplay, but
that's what I'm saying. So all right.
How are you doing compared to that?
Yeah. Because me as a man, I'm doing my little tantric stuff lately.
The quantum sex.
Yeah, I'm withholding. You know what I mean? So I've learned I go as long or as short as I want to.
Yeah.
And can
you have multiples? Can you
I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Doc. That's with the Kegels and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if I want that. One good is good for me. I'd like pull something if it kept going. I don't know if I can handle that. I might have a heart attack or something. I just need one good
All right, so
release.
let me ask you this. On Valentine's Day,
yes,
are you going to have sex with every one of the women that you're romantically involved with?
No.
Okay. Because that would be a
Where's
lot
my camera?
of sex.
No. I'm going to be celibate.
You're going to be celibate on Valentine's. Okay, so you're
going to church.
Ah.
I will be in Bible study all February 14th.
All right, well, I'm just telling you right now, you better not, because if you have sex with one of them or two of them and not the rest, they are going to hear about it. Because some of them talk to each other.
Yeah, but we'll figure that out. Like you said, it's more about the week of.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm really trying to disappear on the 14th. That's my goal. But for everyone else out there, hopefully this has been helpful to you all.
We
Other
got
than
some
just
pearls in there.
judging my life and feeling happy that you don't have my life, I'm sure.
I'm sure most people are feeling relieved that they just have one partner.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot. I got a
front row seat.
Yeah, and it's I say to them all the time. There's no way in hell I could do what they're doing.
And I say this, I'll scream this from the top of the mountains to the day I die. I am very grateful for every woman that has my children and the amazing mothers and anybody who even is remotely involved in my world.
And the grace,
because it is not easy.
And the grace they give you and the forgiveness they give you.
These are amazing people.
Yeah.
You got to be strong. You got to be forgiving.
Mm-hmm. Very
forgiving. You got to have empathy and compassion and to deal with a lunatic like me.
I don't think you are a little crazy.
I'm a little, that's why I'm here on this couch. No, I'm not normal.
Well, even quote unquote normal people need some help sometimes. You just have it multiplied by whatever the number is. None of us really know what the number is.
Yeah,
he won't.
Good.
I keep seeing a few slide in there and I don't know.
I'm
not asking.
Like I said,
I just know the mamas.
It's a good game of poker. You never know what's in someone's hand. See what I did there? Happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Take the pressure off.
I don't know if this helped any, Doc.
I think it did. Take the pressure off.
I still feel just as bad, maybe even a little worse.
Well, I understand why you do. But for those people with one partner, let your partner know how much you love them. Do something special for them. Talk about in advance what you want to do. And use it as a time to recommit to the next year what you're going to try to create more of. And don't feel if you aren't having sex, don't try to have sex. If you are having sex, go for it.
Yeah, all right, that's some good advice from Dr. Laura Berman. We had the opportunity to feel. I was out here revealing. I probably said too much. But hopefully there was some healing going on. I don't
think there was any healing.
No.
For you. I think you got more stress.
We'll check in next time because I have no idea what I'm doing.
You just kept going in circles.
Then you're going to put me on the spot and just ask me if I'm going to have sex with everybody on Valentine's Day.
We got to be clear on that.
No, we don't. I live a life of vagueness.
You sure do.
I move around in the shadows. I'm like Darkwing Duck in this bitch. Like I don't want nobody to see me coming. Like literally. And now you blew up my spot, Doc. So join me February 14th at Bible study where we will all be joining hands and practicing
Nick will be celibate.
Yes. This has been another episode of Counsel Culture where I have been counseled and probably should have been canceled. This is painful. But we'll check in next time and I'm pretty sure I'll be in better spirits. Good job, guys.
This is Counsel Culture.